Hi everybody, it's Stephen Brook and welcome to Architectural Photography and Composition. This is a topic we probably should have discussed a little bit earlier, so let's get into it now. And what I want to talk with you about is, what do architects and designers look for in a photograph? Now, there are a couple of things I want just to talk about before that. Architects and designers have really discerning eyes, and your work must meet their standards and totally fulfill the reasons that they're hiring you. This is for their archives. This is their life's work, and you have a real responsibility. And we all know this. The ease with which you can now take photographs with an iPhone, with your camera, with all the AI-infused software, makes it a lot easier and has raised the bar for professional architectural photographers. So the bar is raised, we all have to get better at what we do. So what do architects and designers really look for? Number one is the basic idea of their building or design accurately portrayed. And remember, this is the last chance you have to revisit that original idea after the long drawn-out construction process. They want to know that you really understand the nature of their design. And in order to do that, means you really have to study the project, study the design, ask questions before you actually go into photograph. So they're going to look and see, does the photograph show unique design elements, unique structural solutions, thoughtful sighting, creative use of materials, and in this case, structured views from the interior spaces. And this is a house by Philip Johnson in Texas, and all of these things show up, and that's what your designer is going to look and see. Now, number two, are the proportions accurately portrayed? No distorted views. And if you get distorted views, you have to correct them in the way that we've talked about in the past. That means correct lens selection and positioning, very careful control of wide angle views, and also controlled eye height. Again, we've discussed all of these things, and they are in our book, Architectural Photography and Composition, and I'll have a link to that at the end of the video. Number three, and this almost goes without saying, but let's say it anyway, technical competence. Are the images perfectly in focus? Rule number one, are the verticals properly aligned? And if it's an axial composition, are the horizontals perfectly aligned? Is it properly exposed? Is the contrast under control? No blown out skies, no blown out windows. This is artless, and you can do with layering. You can overcome any of these difficulties that you might have in the field. Shadows that delineate volumes, and accurate colors, especially for interiors. Clean. Your photographs should be meticulous, nothing unsightly. Look it over carefully. Look around the perimeter. If there's any little things sticking into the shot, get rid of them. Anything that's going to take away from the design. Number four, are you using dramatic views? For example, styling for interiors. Are you using night photography where it's appropriate to get really eye-catching imagery? Very often, the real wonderful shots at the end of the job are the nighttime photographs. And the designer or the architect, they're going to look in your set of images, they're going to look for that, especially if they've seen themselves that, boy, this building looks great at night. That's part of your job, is to capture that. Create dramatic viewpoints, but not distorted. And that takes some skill, it takes some practice, it takes some discipline. For example, here in the Brightline station, I parked myself underneath this overhang, but one of the ways that this isn't distorted is my eye height's only about 2 feet off the ground, so that the foreground is still under control, and I have this beautiful overhang that frames out my building. And dramatic times of day, sunrise and sunset, are almost always better than midday to do photography. It takes extra time, takes extra planning, but architects and designers are going to look over your photographs to see if those are in there. And lastly, they may not be looking for this, but it's something that I always give my clients, and I insist you give it to them as well. And that is a thoughtful, functional sequence. You provide this to the architect and designer, keeping in mind that they're going to show these images for a competition. They will take your word that this is the best way to present the photographs. They're tied up in their job. They may not see it the way that you do. And thinking about a sequence, we talked about this in another video. If you are thinking sequence all the time, this will help inform the shots that you take to make sure, particularly inside, that you move from one room to another and there's a logical sequence that you're taking your viewer through. Remember, someone is going to see this job only through the photographs. They may never actually see the actual project. And they should tell some kind of story. And keep in mind, again, your client may not ask for it, but this is something I encourage you to always include as part of your presentation to your client. So knowing ahead of time what architects and designers are going to look for and what they're expecting to see, this will help you better plan and execute your architectural photography. So if you think this is going to be helpful to you, I think it will, please give this a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's free. We don't keep track of who's there. It's completely anonymous, and every time a new video comes up, you'll find out about it. And if you are new to the field, or you're a photographer in another area looking to, say, add architectural photography to your income stream, I have the book for you. It's Architectural Photography and Composition. It's 360 pages. It is the most complete book of its kind out there, and it is really inexpensive. If you get one or two things out of it, it will absolutely be worth the price. It's now available from Amazon. Be sure to order the second edition. It's available in print. And if you are like a lot of people that would rather not have a book, but would rather be taken step by step, like a course, we also have that through Udemy. It's Fundamentals of Architectural Photography and Composition. And it has great reviews. People are really enjoying it. They like what it's doing to help them with their work. So again, if a book is not your style and you would prefer a course, this is the one. And lastly, we have a course on mastering the business of architectural photography. And our goal here was twofold. One, if you are just starting out, these are great guidelines to start your business. And two, if you are already in the field, I think that what we're talking about in this video will save you money, keep you from making mistakes, and will help you organize your business in a way that I think no other book does. So thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.